Um, Greetings, everyone. Welcome to this animal podcast. I'm Paul Ziwa, a Ugandan vet. It's yet another Friday. As usual, we're going to keep it down to 10 minutes only. I hope it works. Busy day today, so I'm having this podcast late again. Right now it's 9 p.m. 9:30 actually over here, but I'm glad that I'm able to catch it this Friday. Wow, I hope it's gone well for everybody. On my end, there's been quite a lot of activity and something with puppies also came up specifically, so I was very happy. The first podcast 2 weeks back was about just a mother, a female dog or a bitch giving birth to her litter, and then we followed through to the next podcast when the litter was here, and then we looked at how they would grow till about 6 weeks. I think I remember right. Yes. Incidentally, just yesterday, friends of mine their dog. She's a bit oldish because she's more than 5 years now. She gave birth to four puppies, five puppies actually, yesterday. So I was very excited because last week we took her for an ultrasound scan just to see, she was behaving differently and she was bulged out. Her breasts were a bit out, so and there was a younger German Shepherd friend with her who stays with them, and they had seen them mating. The German Shepherd was not neutered, and nor was the female neutered, so they thought, is she pregnant or not? And so when we did the ultrasound scan, we saw at least three puppies, if I remember, or four puppies. That's what I remember. They were hard to see. She's really big. She's one of the biggest shepherds I've seen. I would give her about maybe 45 kilograms weight, because we carried her everybody onto the exam table, and then the owner made her lie down peacefully. I usually do not like knocking out pregnant mothers because the anesthetic also affects the puppies, but I mean, it's not a problem, but I just thought of having puppies sedated because of an anesthetic in the blood system makes me feel bad. It's just a feeling. The only problem is you don't want them to sleep is if they're coming out to be born, so you take them out very quickly before they are knocked out, so you make the surgery as fast as possible. Anyway, but this was different. They're still in the system. They're still feeding from the placenta. They're getting everything from the mother, so that wouldn't be a big deal. But because the owner was there, and she's a tough dog, but she listens when the owner is there, and then I knew her, so we thought it wasn't good to sedate her and just have her examined normally with the shaved hair around the abdomen, and then put jelly on, and then just start to see what's there. It took about 30 minutes to kind of figure out the babies and look at the little fetal hearts, and then start to estimate or count here and there whatever you can see, making sure you don't repeat what you have already seen. So the good news was we knew she was in the third trimester. The good news was then now the babies are out, and there are five babies, and they just lost one So there are four babies, and then I think I'll go and visit the babies tomorrow because the father is going to be nurtured so that he doesn't make the mother pregnant anymore. They already wanted to nurture him, but they said puppies are fine. The first set of puppies is fine. So yeah, that's nice. Yeah, so this family is going to go through the stages we have talked about in the first podcast, the second podcast, the third podcast. The second podcast stopped when the puppies are 6 weeks old, I think. And personally, I would want to have them have their first shots, parvo shots, especially when you're in Uganda. Parvo is so much. There's a lot of parvo. Um, so you want to be keen on that. You want to get a good vaccine from a very good, really potent vaccine from a good manufacturer, handled well. These vaccines, are in cold chain. So if you break the cold chain, the vaccine will probably not work, and then you'd wonder why it's not working. So you have to follow through all that. The quality is very important. Whenever somebody gets a new puppy, um, it's good to know when were they born. Just ask the owner when were they born, and then you count forward. Now, it's good to know when were they born. It's also good to know that they have gotten their first shots. So it's not nice to get puppies who are younger than 6 months, 6 weeks. That's a bit hectic because these babies need their mother. So anybody trying to get new puppies, if you are very quick to get them, it's good to get them after 6 weeks, after they get their first shots. Then they come to your home. So you need to get the date of birth, and then after the date of birth, are they at least 6 weeks? If they're at least 6 weeks, let's see the cards, and then the cards will show that, oh, they have their vaccinations. Or you ask your vet to say, are these cards okay? And if he says, oh yeah, they're okay, I see this and that, so the next ones is then. So you get them. Now, I always like, because of economic purposes, I like the owners, or the owners of the parents of the dog, of the mother, to have the puppies go around that time so that the next shots are not done by them. Now, most times the puppies around that time are already feeding on, they eat soft food, so they are okay with eating minced meat, they are okay with eating yogurt, rice, posho. Posho is maize flour and made into, like a cake or something, cooked into a cake and then mixed up, so that it's all so high protein and just a little bit of carbohydrates is very good for animals. You just put that in mind. Or puppy food. Now, puppy food would mean that if it's commercial, you buy like puppy food, but put it, like, soak it a little bit. That would be nice in milk because they don't have that strong chew with them. So put a few of the pellets in there or kibbles in there, and then just a bit of milk, and then it soaks up, and then the puppy eats. So okay, we're running out of time. But these puppies need to eat about 3 to 4 times a day when they move to a new home. So make sure that that is covered. So if you acquire the puppy, because imagine it's still breastfeeding from the mother, so let it feed 3 to 4 times a day. Let it feed breakfast, let it feed break, let it feed lunch. Uh, very well, and let it feed, somewhere in the middle and just before you go to sleep when you have the puppy come home. Remember, the puppy has gotten its parvo shot at 6 weeks, and when they give that parvo shot, the vet should also give a puppy dewormer specifically, because worms are crazy on these babies. So yeah, um, okay, 10 minutes are up. We'll catch up again on Friday. Bye bye.